Woohoo.
All right, so we are officially recording, but then, like I said, we can kind of start whenever we want. If we want to give a couple extra minutes to kind of let more people flow in, that's cool. If I remember right, this was a half-hour session.
Yes.
So we probably do want to get more. I wouldn't give too much time to the trailers.
I'm ready whenever you're ready.
Are you ready? Want me to go with the intro? Tell me when you want me to go with the intro. Get my
3,
voice.
2, 1, go.
All right, I'm going. Good afternoon. My name is Steve Undersmark. I'm a member of the Innovation Advisory Team, and today I'll be monitoring our time and also the chat. This session is being recorded for future use. This presentation will run from 3:30 to about 3:50 p.m. and then we'll have some time for questions, about 5 minutes. It is my pleasure to introduce Kelley Senkowski, who's an online design consultant with the e-learning team, a division of EIO, and her presentation name is Quality Course Design with Badging. Thank you. Go ahead, Kelley.
Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Thank you for the intro. Hopefully you're seeing the PowerPoint up. That says actually Quality Course Design with Badging. So I'm just going to give you an entry-level kind of view of this and how you can get started today with badging. And we have it right here at Ferris in our Canvas courses. So I want to just share a little bit about what I've tried with this and then walk you through how you can get started, because I would love to hear later if you've tried this, how it went for you. Very interested. So to start out first, I just want to make sure I'm covering the three big ones of my presentation. So the overview would be designing for best practices, what kinds of things that you want to make sure your course has. And then we also have a Ferris Quality Online course rubric. And then I'm going to talk through some engaging activity ideas, but the big one is the gamification and awards based using Badger, B-A-D-G-R. So first of all, we want to make sure that our course has quality design components in it. And we have a rubric that has many items, but just to touch on a few of the big ones, I wanted to make sure I covered this before we talked through the badging. So it's all in how you've designed your course. So if you've got a good course design, then you're ready to use your badging or any other gamification, and it should work really smoothly. So first off, you need to chunk your lessons. And what I mean by that is if you're doing a PowerPoint or a screencast or videos, you want to make sure that it is 10 minutes, 15 tops, and you might have an hour of content. So you might have video 1, video 2, video 3. But you need to understand that for online students, they really do need chunks of their learning because, you know, they might have a half hour today, 2 hours tomorrow, half hour the next day kind of thing. And they're in their environments that they're in, whether they're in the dorms or they're a parent, it's just different than sitting in a classroom with specific lesser distraction time. But the next piece I want to talk through is presence. So being present in your course, that is also a big piece of the quality. So you want to make sure that you have an intro video. I was just going to mention Steve Huntersmark has heard all about that kind of thing in our course designing. Make sure there's an intro video so that you are introducing yourself like you would in front of the class on the first day of your classroom, in-person class. So you want to give a little bit about yourself in the course. Also being in your discussion boards. So not every discussion post if it's supposed to be students responding to each other, but at least checking in a couple times a week if you've got something that's starting Sunday and Saturday or whatnot, if it's within a week's time. The other piece is creating community. So it is more challenging in an online course to have the community piece, and it's very doable. So you can do small groups, whether it's in discussion boards where they all are grouped together, and you can do this ahead of time and even put the names in the instructions for that, directions for the post. But they can talk about something ahead of time and then present what they feel as a group and then respond to each other's groups. You can do group projects. There's so many different things that they can do in groups, even for online courses. So that community piece and get them talking to each other, interacting, which goes kind of into the engaging relevant learning as well. So whether they're doing group projects or individual, it needs to be something engaging. So if even for you or I, we don't want to sit through a class for 15 weeks that's read the chapters, take a quiz, read the chapters, take a quiz. You want to have variety for them so that they stay engaged in your online course. Because, you know, if it's online, there's definitely more distractions. So you want them to really be involved, have that interaction going on. Relevant learning too would be your authentic learning. So something that applies to their future career, scenarios or some things like that, where it's going to apply to the job they're going to have and why it's relevant to learn that in your course and how they can apply it. But also different medias and activities. So this is where we're going to get into the gamification piece. So it's using different medias, different activities, and variety. And then of course your easy navigation, you want to make sure that all the links are working, they have clear instructions and directions on how to do things. So I want to make sure I touched on the quality pieces, some major ones up front, because that's all part of the design. If you design this in, it's so much easier to use. So why game-based learning? I know if you've attended any of the other ones today, like the VR or the esports panels, you're seeing the Cadillacs of the game-based learning already. And so we're going to talk about kind of the entry level. How can you just get started to incorporate some of these things into your online courses? It is really a big trend right now in online courses for higher ed, but it's also moving down into high school age and those things. Now, game-based, you can do things from board games to escape rooms. You can do all these online, create these for online. You can do different things. Again, the VR, all of those kinds of things. Esports, it has a curriculum all built in right into it, all different subject areas. So there's a lot of different variety. So what I tried was badging. I just piloted this to just see how does this work. I'm going to dive back into it again and tweak things for the next time, but I want to share with you kind of how I piloted this and what you can do yourself. So what I did is I have a training course that I broke into 3 courses, smaller courses, and kind of in chunks of learning, and they earn a badge for each one, then they earn the big badge at the end. So I actually created 4 badges to try this out. So what I'm referring to is it's right in Canvas. Okay, so it's right on your left menu bar and you can hit badges and that uses Badger. So when badges comes up, the software, the program it runs is Badger, B-A-D-G-R in Canvas without the E, maybe I'll just say that. So to get started, I would recommend going to badger.com and setting up your account with your Ferris email because we have an account already with them. And what you'll do to start out is you'll need to create an issuer. So this could be something that's College of Business. It could be pharmaceutical program. It could be just your course title. It really doesn't matter. It's just so that you can find your information in there. So you'll create a user first, and you'll see on the far right of the screen, that's where you will click on Create User there. Once you've created your user, because I'm in the issuer screen now on Badger, it'll show up, you'll go to the issuer screen and you'll just select whatever it was you just named your issuer. So say College of Business, whatever it is, you'll select that issuer. Now, if you've created some badges already, you'll have them listed here at the bottom. If you haven't, then you're going to create your badge. So that's where it's circled on the right-hand side of the screen. And this is, you're going to press that button on your screen to create your badge. Now, in creating your badge, the next screen will just walk you through, literally it's a fill in the blank. So when you're creating your badges, you're just going to add in all this information as it's prompting you. So for the design, you can either go to PowerPoint and create something and save it as an image and upload it. You can get fancier if you want to do something really fancy with designing, like the KCAD people, I'm sure will do a nice, attractive one. Or you can just design a badge using their stock photos of badges. It's up to you. Whatever level you want to do, but they do offer you design a badge. You'll see there on the screen, they do offer you a lot of stock photos for badges that you can also use. So you don't need to be deterred by that. Then you name your badge, whatever you want to name that. So it could be an assignment name if they do an assignment to earn a badge, or it could be a module name. You know, if they have to complete a whole module to earn this badge. So you're really going to decide and customize this to how you want to use this. If you want them to just earn a badge for an assignment, if you want them to earn a badge for a whole module or a project that they do, or if you want them to earn it for your course, you decide. You can customize this. So you'll just decide how you want to use this, create your name, then you'll go down in the description. What does this badge, what is it for? Why is someone getting this badge? So basically like a brief description of what it is. And then if you go on down, there's earning criteria. And so you just put in, you can use your objectives, you can put in what they're doing in the course or the assignment. I just put in basic things to try this out. And then you'll put in your alignment. So is it aligned with an objective in your course? Is it, I just put HLC here and our fairest quality rubric. It depends what you want to align this to, but it'll show exactly. So if a future employer goes to your students, they can show these badges on LinkedIn, they can show them on their resumes, on any of those things. And they can click on those, go to Badger, the actual person can, if they have a link on their resume or application, and they can see why did they earn this? What did they have to accomplish to do this? Any employer will be able to see the badges, which is nice. So once you've created your badges or badge, if you're doing one, it's going to show up then on your issuer page back in Badger again. So you can select this at any point. So when you select it, if you click on the title of the badge, and I've grayed out the names here, but it'll show you under the awards tab who was awarded this badge and when. So if you have something that's used semester after semester kind of thing, it'll just tell all the issued badges. It's not a time, it's not by semester or anything. It'll just keep listing them for you. But the other thing is here, what I want to mention is you can award the badge from this badge page, or you can see who's been awarded if you set it up in your course to do that itself. So what I want to talk about here is if you award the badge, what you'll do is click the blue button, award badge, and then you'll put in their Ferris email. So they'll have to create their account. You'll have to let them know, your students, they'll have to create their account with that email so they can access that badge. So it's just something in your instructions when you're talking about the badges, and then they can use their correct email if they have one or other ones. So then you'll just award it. You just literally will hit award badge and put in their email, and it'll go right to their email. It'll tell them. So you can do it that way, or you can set it up to actually do that right in your course. So back in the Canvas course now, if you're under badges, you click badges in that far left menu, it's going to show up. The first time you do it, you're going to have to select your issuer again. So it'll prompt you, and if it's College of Business or whatever you named your issuer, you'll pop that when you'll click that when it pops up. And then it's going to come up with, it's going to self-populate and come up with a menu. And on the left-hand side under names, that's actually your module names. It self-populates that. You don't have to put anything in there. Then on the badges column on that far right, you'll see the down arrow, and all you do is toggle that and pick whichever badge. So if there's one, you pick one badge, right? But like for me, I had 4, you have to pick which badge you want. So you have a choice. Now you can choose evidence. So if it's an assignment or a project, then you might want to put in whatever evidence you want. For me, I just said I want them to complete each module. And so that for me, for this one, when I piloted it, they just need to finish this course, so each module, and then they get the badge. But you can set this to be however you want. So it's a customizable piece again. And then you just tell it what you want to do. Like, again, do you want them to read and review that one? Do you want them to complete it? So you select it. So, and then if you put all that together and the students are working through your course, then in your course, that was the objectives page. You can see the red menu items at the top. We just looked at the objectives. Now we're looking at progress. So you can check at any time now who's earned these badges. Again, I've grayed out the names, but you can see who's already earned this, who's completed something, say it's an assignment or a module or a series of assignments. You can see where they're at with this. And the kind of fun thing was, of those who actually participated in this training course, 100% got this badge. That was kind of fun to watch it populate. So another little tip, though, that I wanted to share, you can use what I'm about to explain, whether you have badges incorporated or not. This is for any online course in Canvas, but for the badge itself, I wanted to make sure that I had this in there. So when you're in your module, you can see the gray bar under Be Present in Your Course is the module title. And what I've set up is the prerequisites, and then what they need to do, they need to complete all the items. Now, if you keep going across there, there's 3 little dots over there. If you click on those 3 little dots and hit edit to edit your module, I'm still on that gray bar, just to the right of the red circles. It's going to pop up a menu when you hit edit. So this is where, now you can set this when you create your module, or like I've done, I've gone back and you can edit it afterwards, like I'm showing. So once you're in your module, you can hit a prerequisite on here. Again, it's got all of your module names and with a little down arrow toggle, and you can choose what do they need to do before they're doing the module that you're editing. So for me, it was just the module before. They need to finish that before they move on. And that's so that they can't go all around. Like if you have badging, even if you don't, but in particular, if there's badging and at certain assignments in different places, I don't want them jumping around missing the content, the learning piece. So I have set it up this way so they have to complete each module before they go to the next one. In the requirement, you can put read and review, view the items, you can put complete the whatever you want to set those items to. I just said I want them to complete all the assignments, so they're at least getting the learning piece of the content. And so that was how I set my course up. And again, you can use this whether you're using badging or not, but it's nice if you're using badging to have this set up so that, again, they can't be jumping around in your course. So I'm gonna move on here. There we go. So I just wanted to kind of share a little bit about what I did with my pilot. I just tried this out, and I would love for you guys to try this out if you've set this up. And again, whether you want to self-issue those, you can do that right from the website. You don't even need to go through and set it all up under badges in your course, but it's nice if you do, and then it can track them and award them for you. So either way, it works. And then they can use their badges for recognition later. So I'd love it if you could give it a try, but I stopped in time for questions. So I would love to share my experiences. I'm a beginner in this as well, but I piloted it so I can share whatever I have as knowledge for you. Any questions?
I thought I heard somebody trying to get in here, so.
I've seen the badges used for not only like courses, but really almost for any kind of like conferences. And it seems like it's one of those things that's the practical uses of it are outside of, you know, the motivational techniques and the micro credentialing of just a course. It seems to be kind of more widespread than that.
Absolutely. That'd be fun to have a hatched one.
And that's next year.
Yes, but then faculty can get them too. It's not just our students.
Right. I know we explored doing it for faculty development purposes.
Yes.
Which kind of fits into a lot
Yes,
of what we
Tracy
do.
and I have talked about that. It's a good idea.
Yep.
Any questions on any of that, or thoughts maybe, or maybe ways you could use it?
It's always nice to, you know, you're so used to when you're grading students, everything is negative, you know, bad job with this, bad job with that, and get this fixed. And what about the APA format? And students like it when you recognize them for doing something good.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I usually send them an email or something like that, try to do something different. But this would be kind of nice if they earned it, and they would, they have to work at it. And it's something that, you know, I like the way you do it where you set it up where if they achieve something, it goes to them. You set it up in Canvas. So, you know, I can see that'd work good. I like getting mine when I got mine. That was good.
Right? See? It's just, like you say, it's just a recognition, a pat on the back, and you accomplished something. And even as adults, I mean, I'm thinking of this for students, but even as adults, it's always nice to get recognition. Oh, I did something. Yay. I mean, I'm sure Andrew doesn't like awards at all, right? For game-based stuff.
Actually, I think there's a point at which it can be overdone.
Oh, yes.
Because I've seen some, it's like, congratulations, you've unlocked completed basic trial mode. And you're like, I literally clicked next 8 times.
Right.
That's not like, stop. Like, this is not going to be a good assessment of, or it's not worth anything because everybody got the badge.
Right,
You know,
I get that. I like Steve, you could even do a exceeds expectation badge, you know, where, like you said, with the email, you could give them that badge. They exceeded whatever the, you know, rubric was, those items. I like that idea. Anyone else have any ideas how I could use it?
I've also heard of like artificial scarcity. So like you have a alumni award that there's only one and it gets passed from one year to the other. And so like you're only allowed one award. It gets issued from me to you and then you get to award. It's like the traveling trophy.
Yes, I like that. I like that for the adults. I mean, I guess in your course it'd be tough to do that, but it's cool. I like that for faculty, staff. That's a good idea. Any other ideas of how to use them or thoughts from what you heard?
I think we're just about at the 10-minute mark too.
Mm-hmm. If not, I guess everyone can have a coffee break.
That's how it's actually designed. So we should have, you know, 5 to 10 minutes here, but kind of between sessions. So that's how it's been going.
Excellent. And we worked it out great.
Yep. So I'm going to go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, I see a question. Yeah, Steve.
He just wants a badge.
Oh, he's saying hi. Hi.
We're just saying hi and saying bye.
Oh, do you want a badge? We can make you one. Attendee badge. Oh, wait, what was it? Icebreaker badge.
Right? No. No icebreaker badges. You know better than that.
All right. Oh, funny.
All
All right.
go ahead
Well,
and
thank you
stop
guys.
recording.